Notes here, here are some things you need to know about the coordinate plane. I'm pretty sure we've probably already done coordinate plane stuff, have we not?
Yeah.
Sure we have. Alright, first a couple definitions here. One must understand that you see right here is the letter X. This little line right here, the darkest of those lines is called we call that the X-axis. As the one going vertically, we call the Y-axis. We talked about this before, the Earth is cut up into a coordinate plane. What do we call those lines? We don't call them X and Y lines, but we call them lines of, Brant?
Longitude.
Yeah, longitude and latitude. I believe the longitude ones go up and down, and the latitude ones go circling around the globe. But they circle the globe. And there are ways that, if you're stuck out in the middle of the ocean where everything looks exactly alike, one way you can tell somebody where you're at is if you have those GPS and satellites and all that, you can tell them your coordinates, which is what we're going to talk about today, and they can find that based on that sort of thing there. We got the middle here, make sure you get that. The place where the X and Y axis cross are called the origin. It is point 0, 0. And when you have these points listed, this thing right here is called an ordered pair. It's also called the coordinates, aka coordinates. Coordinate pair, also called the coordinates there. And it's important to know that the numbers, the reason they're called ordered pairs because the order matters. Okay? If you have this ordered pair, 3, 2, okay, the first number we call the X number, okay, it is how far over you go, and the second number is the Y number, and it's how far up or down you go. Okay, so if you're looking for the point 32, you start at the origin, and this tells you go over 3 and up 2. Over 1, 2, 3, up 2. That's point 3, 2. Another way you could think about it is this. You find 3 on the x-axis, that's this line right here. You find 2 on the y-axis, that's this line here. And the place where those two come together is the point 3, 2. Then you can see here they've got the point -3, 2, over backwards 3, up 2, -3, -2, and +3, -2 there. If you look at a coordinate plane, it is split into what we call quadrants. I'm sure that probably comes from the word quad or 4 parts. This one here, don't know why, is quadrant number 1. And for some unknown reason, they use Roman numerals to label these. A single I is quadrant number 1, and then it goes counterclockwise from there. This is quadrant number 2. This is quadrant number 3. Not the only place you see Roman numerals anymore is the Super Bowl, which is kind of like goofy because what are we on now? We got all the way to Super Bowl 50, and it gets kind of boring because 50 is the letter L. V is 5. X is 10. X at least was fun. X is at least an interesting letter. The letter L, I mean, Super Bowl 50 was this, now I don't know, 51 is this, and 52 will be this, and 53 will be that. And, 54 will be this, and now we start getting at least some things there, but nowhere near as fun as X was, or XIX, which is 19, or XIX, which is 39. Those are all good fun numbers. And then quadrant number 4, which is not 4 I's, it is an I, V, a 1 in front of a 5. V is a 5. Someday we'll do Roman numerals. So that's quadrant number 5. Make sure you know those because they do ask lots of times, lots of questions about those sort of things. With that being said, let me give you another piece that you can put in there because we will We're gonna do a little practicing with quadrants. A little practice, actually we'll do a lot of practice with quadrants. You see there's grids on both the front and the back of these. You will also see when grids come up on your homework assignment, your homework paper is cut into grids. You just have to look for them, that's why they're square. Here's what we're gonna do, I want you to graph this rectangle for me. I'll give you the points and you're going to graph it. Here are your ordered pairs. Your ordered pairs are -1, 2. -1, 2, -1, -1. 3, 2. And 3, -1. Plot is when you find those points. Plot those points and then with a straight edge, draw a rectangle, which is what this is supposed to be. Oops, I guess I gotta put this back up here. There they go. Plot me your points and show me that you can plot the correct rectangle there. Let's see.
Are they all in different boxes?
They might be. It looks like it. They'll all be in different quadrants, but they'll form a rectangle. But you do not have a ruler? Did I not give you all a ruler? Bunch of a pencil? Don't you have a protractor or something that has a straight edge on it? How do we possibly never be prepared for that? Oh, I think we're struggling on this already. Ruler. We are always listening. That's what I like about you. Always listening. Always following directions.
Oh, that makes.
Always following directions. Maybe we should make the ruler if we don't have a straight edge. I don't know how you can't have a protractor here. That's what I don't know. That's 50 times lunch. Put the sentences down if they're so complicated class. 200,000 times.
So do you want to
You plot the points and they form a rectangle. I can't tell you any more than that. This is what it should look like for those of you that are somewhat scared. Point number what was what, Wade?
-1, 2.
-1, 2. -1 is here, 2 is there, they cross right here. Uh-oh.
So
-1, 2. -1, 2. Second point was where, Abram?
-1,
-1, -1. So they line up, it looks like that would be part of the rectangle. Third point, Amelia?
3, 2.
3 over 2 up. 3, 2. And the fourth one I'm gonna guess is going to be 3, -1, because that would make
Maybe.
perfect sense. Making a rectangle. Using my straight edge to draw lines. This one. Let's go red. Be pretty thick. Straight line here. Line there. Straight line there. Straight line there. Best as my board will allow. your rectangle should have ended up being somewhere around there. Now, what they will also do, and people struggle with this, so we will talk about this before I give you your assignment here. They're going to give you those coordinates, and they are going to ask you to give both the perimeter and the area of those rectangles. Please understand this, when you're counting how many units something is on a side, do not count the little hash marks, count the little spaces. Because you could be very confused and go, oh, 1 hash mark, 2, 3, 4, 5, so you say this is 5 wide, it is not. It is 4 spaces, 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 units this way, and this thing is 1, 2, 3 units high. So if you're giving the perimeter, it is going to be 4 plus 3 plus 4 plus 3. 4, 3, 4, 3, which is going to be 14 units. Same thing with the area. It is a 3 by 4 rectangle, so it's going to be 12 units squared, which I could actually do here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 square units. So please make sure when you do that, when you draw those, you're counting the spaces, not the lines, because the lines will mess you up in a very large and exciting way. Questions on that? So, just listen for one touch bit longer here. If you look in your book at page, oh shoot, copy. If you look in your book at
364.
If you look at page 366, you will see a ton of points to plot. Actually, I think you're probably just going to do the top one. Oh, maybe not. Yeah, yes, you will do. You're going to do the top half of that page up to where it says page 11. Now please notice this. I'll get you started on this. Take a look at this. Page whatever, 466, whatever it is. Page 366. Point A, here's what you do. What are the coordinates for point A there? Page 366. Everybody on the right page, looking at the right thing. Page 366 in your book. Page 366 in your book. Do you see where I'm at? Coordinate number A is -1, -2, correct? So you find -1, -2. You put a dot there. And you are going to connect that with a straight edge to point B, which is -1, -3. Again, do not freehand this. If you freehand this, I'll probably give you sentences about following directions. Okay. That means you take your ruler. I don't care if it's just one line, I can tell. And you'll connect that point. Then you'll connect point B to point C. Now here's where people get confused. They go, I can't do 1.5. Well, I guess you can. It's not that hard. It's 1.5 over 5 down. -1.5 falls between -1 and -2, -1.5, and it goes down to -5. So here, it goes straight down from there. There is your -1.5, -5. And then you're going to connect that one. And you keep continuing on. You'll go through letter P. Once you go through letter P, you don't connect P to letter A again. It says lift your pencil and restart. And then you do A, B, C, D, and E. It will The whole thing will end up being some sort of a shape / figure. So that is your assignment. You don't do problem 11, but you will do A through P, and then you'll do A through E. A through P, and then A through E, and you'll get